Hello guys, Bean here and I'm back with another Reddit video, and today I'm on Ask Reddit because it seems to be so popular and everyone's doing it. And today it's about stuff you miss about school, and I have a really interested one because it's about someone who basically sees life changing right in front of them and seeing all their friends change in the blink of an eye. I found it really touching, so hope you guys like it. Let's get into the video. When I was a kid, my friends and I used to look forward to every summer together in a way that I have never been able to since. I have gotten older and have become a guy making his way through his 20s. Looking back on my childhood, it seems like we were already together and were always spending our time at the township pool, playing in our backyards, riding our bikes to get ice cream, playing video games, and finding a way to extend our time together for as long as possible, until our mums called us home for dinner, or when it started to get dark outside. I never thought that those days would end, and I never wanted them to. Even now, I feel like those were the happiest days of my life. Well, we all know that nothing lasts forever and that we all have to grow up sometime. I guess I just wasn't looking forward to it as much as my friends when we were all 14. Every summer, nearly every person where I live makes their way to the beach for as long as they can for vacation. My friends and I always look forward to these times because we love swimming in the ocean and playing wiffle ball on the sand, going down to the arcades, blowing our money on dozens of games, and of course we loved going to the many amusement park rides as possible on the boardwalk, while stuffing our faces with cotton candy and ice cream until we practically hurled from it all. It was the summer before high school, and by that August we were all at the beach for a few days. I felt like I was having the best summer of my life. June and July had been so much fun, and I had made so many lasting and unforgettable memories with my friends. By the time that August rolled around and we all headed to the beach with our families for what we usually call the last hurrah of our summer vacation. For some reason, my friends told me that they didn't want to play basketball at the park one night like we always used to, and instead they wanted to go to the boardwalk. I was confused because for years we had always played hoops whenever we could and went to the boardwalk to go on the rides and to play video games. I figured that would be the partaking in the latter activities until my friend Joe said, "Oh yeah, wear khaki shorts and a polo." I wasn't sure why I needed to get dressed up to play arcade games and go to the rides, but I said, "Alright, whatever," and showed up that night to meet my friends on the boardwalk with the nicest clothes that I could wear that I had bought from PacSun that summer. I got to the boardwalk and saw my friends standing around, looking like they were all dressed up for a date or something. We all then started walking along the board and I tagged along, unsure of where we were going. We walked for a few minutes until my friend spotted a group of teenage girls and guys our age. We were all posted up along the railings on the beaches looking out near the sea. My friend stopped walking and I did the same and started sizing up the guys and ogling the girls wearing the flip-flop shorts and spaghetti strap tops. I just sat there not saying a word while my friends started talking about which girl they wanted to talk to, who they wanted to get with, and they were going to say to get to first base with the girls. None of them really knew what to do, so we ended up sitting on that bench for 20 minutes until we saw the group of guys and girls starting to walk away from us down by the boards. All of a sudden, two drunk blonde girls with cigarettes and a red Solo cup loudly announced their presence to us by stumbling up on the board from behind us and yelling unintelligible things at us. They must have been in high school, probably around 16 or so by the looks of it. My friends didn't miss a beat and raced up to them and started talking to them, but the girls weren't interested in talking. They immediately started sloppily making out with all 5 of my friends while I stood off in the distance and watched it all unfold, unable to move. The sloppy kissing only lasted about 30 seconds, but that was all my bodies needed. By the time the girls stumbled away from them, my friends were celebrating like they just hit the lottery. I didn't feel so lucky or so happy. As we walked back to our beach houses, hooting and hollering about making out with those girls, my friend Bobby noticed that I was laughing behind the rest of the group and wasn't saying anything. He dropped back from the other guys and said to me, "It's alright man, you'll get some next time," and then returned to my group of friends ahead of me. Bobby thought that I was upset and quiet because I didn't get to hook up with one of those drunk girls or with those other girls that we ogled for about 20 minutes on the board that night. I wasn't upset after not hooking up. I was upset because in that moment on that night, I realized that that part of my childhood that made me so happy and that was meant to be more than anything to me was gone. When my friends were now thinking about girls and were going through the teenage experience thinking about them sexual and romantically nearly 24/7. I was still thinking and dreaming about days at the pool, riding bikes around town, playing wiffle ball in our backyards, and any of the days that resembled more of the life lived in the sandlot before the squints put the moves on a certain Wendy peppercorn. While I was stuck thinking about all of that, my friends had grown up right before my eyes and had left behind that part of our friendship and were longly and excitingly eyeing up the next phase of our lives as teenagers, living behind kid stuff and heading to high school. Looking back on it now, I guess I just wasn't ready for those things to be over so fast. Time flies when you're having fun, and boy did it fly for me in those days and years that I spent with my friends as a kid. As it flew by, I guess I missed that part where we all grew up that little bit more. That walk back from the boardwalk that night is one I'll never forget. It's rare that you remember and locate a place and time in your life where everything seemed to change in the blink of an eye. I still miss the times we had together as middle school boys. I'll never forget them. I'll never forget the night I lost my childhood innocence with my best friends. Quote, "I never had any friends later on like the ones I had when I was 14. Jesus, does anyone?" Damn straight. I have no friends now because high school's over and people move on. I don't know if it's only me, but that story just touched me so hard and it just makes me feel like, oh, life goes so quickly. I know there's gonna be some like deep ass conversation now, but it's just like, oh, you should enjoy life while you can, because when you look back at it, you don't want to have any regrets. Because I feel like that's what a lot of people do nowadays. They live life in regret and they hate things but they'll never change it. So guys, if you're watching this, try to be the best you can. Try to not live in regrets because it will haunt you later on in life. Because you'll look back at things and be like, I want to, if only if I knew that, I'll change this in my past. Instead of wishing it, just do it now. That's my motivation for you guys. That's the end of the video. Hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. And I hate to do this, but I'm probably going to open up a Patreon. If anyone wants to help me by donating, I would appreciate it because I love YouTube and I want to do it full time. But obviously I'm not getting the growth, I'm not earning enough from YouTube. The donations would go a long way for me. So if you guys like the content and want to support me, hit some donate. Peace out.